Hello and welcome back to the EDC Squirrel. Super excited today because I got a new package in, and this one is from the monthly Knife Club. This is my second one from the monthly Knife Club, and I'm excited to get this one open and see what they brought for me today. So let's get in this without further ado. I don't know about you guys, but I am super excited about this one. Well, I'm super excited about any knife package I actually get in the mail. Who am I kidding? Okay. So as before, I've got a plain white box. Nothing in there that I can see in terms of labeling. Yeah. See if we can get this open. Come on. Oh, there goes the box. Oh, you know what? Maybe if I opened it the normal way. Let's see what we got in there. Oh, okay. And this month, where the hell did all this ink come from? Yipes. This month, we've got a Kubi. My first Kubi. The funny thing is, I've got a couple more Kubis, I think, coming my way. And I did not expect one from the monthly Knife Club. This one, before we even get to the box, they include a card with every box. And, oh my God. Now I've got a lot of messages popping up. So if you hear any dinging, my apologies. All right, so this one, I have the Tier 2 subscription, and this is a Kubi Knives Basilisk, model KU391A, C and or E? Can't be 2 in here, could there? Okay, seriously? The moment I decide to record, and all the noises start happening. Let's see if we can nix that. Okay, that's a little better. So the Kubi Basilisk is a robust and stylish folding knife designed for versatility and reliability. Features a 3.23-inch tanto blade made from 14C28N stainless steel. Ooh, already excited about that one. Offering excellent edge retention and corrosion resistance. The stone-washed finish enhances its rugged aesthetic while minimizing visible wear. The G10 handle provides a secure non-slip grip, ensuring comfort and control during use. With an overall length of 8.7 inches, the Basilisk is well balanced for everyday carry and tactical applications. The button lock, okay, so we got a button lock mechanism, allows for smooth operation, while the cage ceramic ball bearings ensure effortless blade deployment. Designed by Dam Designs, this knife combines durability, functionality, and striking visual appeal. Okay, so we've got a weight of 5.51 ounces, blade length of 3.23 inches, overall length of 8.7, 14C28N stainless steel, G10 handles, drop point, button lock, stonewash finish, and a flipper tab. So their cost apparently is total value, well, 55 shipping and handling, total value between 72 and 90. All right. Let's sorry, turning down the volume of more things that like to beep while I record. There we go. At least you can tell I'm recording this pretty much like, you know, live. Well, you're not watching it live. Never mind. Anyway, here's the Kubi Basilisk. Let's see if we can get this one to open without destroying the box. There we go. And there we are. So, black G10. Do we have anything else in the box? Yep. Come on. Congratulations on the purchase of your Kubi knife. I hope I'm saying that right. It's Kubi, right? And we've got, oh, they got this like freshness sealed. All right. Oh, this is a big boy. Where'd that card go? So I can reference this thing. So again, this is the Basilisk Black G10. Looks like a reversible deep carry pocket clip. Actually, not bad. That looks pretty deep carry also. From the looks of it, once you have this in your pocket, the only thing that's going to be poking out is, or visible, would be the pocket clip itself. And then out of the box, that looks pretty damn well centered. Got a good amount of jimping up here. No thumb hole or thumb stud, so it looks like the only ways of deployment are the rear flipper tab and the button lock itself. Nice, grippy G10. I like the texturing they did there. And I'm just gonna, I know I don't have the blade out, but I don't know where this ink came from, honestly. I don't know, I don't have the blade out, but so far feels pretty comfortable. I'm not feeling that pocket clip really well at all. Let's see with the blade out. Okay, that came out pretty smooth. A nice, oh, they call it a, what did they say? They said a drop point, but I mean, just for the shape, I wonder if that would just be considered a harpoon. Well, who am I to argue with the manufacturer? So we got a drop point blade, a good sized finger choil on the blade itself, allowing me to choke up on the blade pretty close for more detailed control, and a good amount of jimping in this area. And I like how it is cut out, and it makes it a very, very comfortable spot to put your thumb on. Again, for more control over your cuts. And I'm able to get my entire finger in that choil without worry of it digging, or without worry of the blade digging into my finger. And then you got the button release. Again, pretty smooth. There's a little bit of friction there, not much. This is a, let me see here. That is a, yep, that is a plunger button lock. One thing I like to do, because I'm not seeing a whole lot in here, but one thing I do like to do anytime I get a brand new knife is I like to put a little bit of pivot oil on the pivot, and I'm using KPL knife pivot oil. And I'll generally put anywhere from 1 to 2 drops, depending on the size of the knife. And I do see some ball bearings in there, which attribute to how smooth it's going. But I like to put a little bit of oil on my knives, unless I can visibly see the oil. And that just helps smooth things out a little bit, and also helps protect the pivot area, since it's pretty hard to reach in there, from any corrosion. And then I'll work that oil in. Oh, already notice a difference. I thought it was pretty smooth before, but now it's extremely smooth. Let's see how that feels now. Oh, I definitely noticed a difference. So I think it was pretty dry in there. I didn't notice any oil visibly on the knife itself, which is why I wanted to add a little bit in there. Let me grab a cloth real quick, because I have a little excess oil when I put it in there. Where did I put my cloth? I had a polishing cloth that seems to have disappeared on me. Oh well. This will have to do. Okay, let's wipe any excess off there. looks pretty good. And here, from the feel of it, pretty solid. I'm not feeling any movement at all, either up or down or side to side. So that is a pretty secure lockup. Yeah, I'm not feeling any movement, not even the slightest wiggle. And this is a hefty blade. How much did they say this weighed? This was 5.51 ounces and 14C28N steel. Now, on one side of the blade, we've got Kubi etched with their logo. On the other side, I don't know if that's a designer marking or if that's still related to Kubi. I'm not familiar with Kubi. This is my very first knife from Kubi. So another reason to be excited. I've heard a lot about these knives, and so far this one is not disappointing. It looks like we've got, okay, there it is. Okay, the marking showing it's 14C28N steel. That's pretty nice. Now, unfortunately, because I live in a state where the blade length of what I carry tends to be restricted in a majority of places that I go in, this probably won't be something that I carry too often. I know there's other places I can go where they're not really too concerned about it, but a lot of places tend to have a restriction in size, generally under or like 3 inches or under, and in rare cases 2.5 inches and under. Most of those places, or at least the ones that are 2.5 and under, I generally do not frequent if I can help it. But because of the size, this might not be one that I carry very often. But more than likely, we'll still see quite a bit of use around the home or those areas that I can carry in, or even just as a glove compartment knife, something I can stick in my car for emergencies. I'm really confident about the ability for the 14C28N to withstand corrosion when left in a glove box. I still want to make sure that it's either oiled or waxed. More often than not, I like to wax my blades, but a little wax and a little oil, and it should be safe in there without any problem. Other things of note, we do have a partial back liner here and a lanyard hole which is recessed into the handle, so it's not poking out. We got a single, or like I said, the pocket clip is reversible with a single, what do you call that, like spacer, to keep that little indent where the pocket clip goes nice and smooth. And other than that, not a whole lot else of note. Again, the handle is pretty comfortable. I'm not feeling the pocket clip too much in the hand. I can feel it a little bit, but it doesn't feel like it would be any issue, even with extended use. And regardless of whether I'm holding it with a full gorilla grip, which I can do, or if I'm choked up on the blade and using that finger choil. In fact, it's pretty much gone completely. I don't feel it really at all when I'm choked up on the blade. And I can just barely feel it in the back of my knuckles, or front. Would that be the back or the front of my knuckles when I've got a full gorilla grip going? And again, I really do like how they have this area cut for the thumb. I don't see that too often. Usually it's just a flat spine, but that's really, really nice. And a very large belly with a generous amount of cutting edge. Let's see how sharp that is out of the box. If I can find my magazine paper. Okay, again, this is out of the box. Excuse me. Let's see how this does. Oh, that blade bit immediately into the paper. And it appears to be nice and sharp all along the edge of that blade. A little tear there, but I think that was more my fault. That is nice. Very sharp. Again, right out of the box. I should have done this before, but yeah, not feeling any burrs whatsoever so far. Nope, none at all on either side of the blade. I'm hesitant to even run my finger across that blade a little bit because that cut through and bit through or bit into the paper without a hitch. And this is, what is this? Is this a flat ground? Yeah. Flat ground blade. It's pretty thick on the spine, but it's such a wide belly to this blade that it makes it really super slicey, even with a thicker stock. That was pretty impressive. And let me check on the status of this knife, because sometimes, like the last knife I got, the first knife I got from the Monthly Knife Club was a Civivi Terex. And I know that model is discontinued. Not that I have any problem with it, with getting a discontinued knife. It's actually kind of neat because it's a knife that I otherwise wouldn't be able to acquire. And I don't know what the status is of this Kubi. Again, I don't know too much about Kubis because this was my first one. So it does still appear to be available in some stores. You might have to do some digging. From the looks of it, between $72 and $80. But otherwise, I'm wondering if it is in fact discontinued. Again, that's actually kind of neat. And considering the cost of the knife that I'm seeing and the cost of the Monthly Knife Club, the plan that I'm paying, not a bad deal. not a bad deal at all. So really happy with what I've got here so far. That's pretty cool. This was a cool surprise. Again, really surprised because I had ordered some Kubi knives that haven't arrived yet. They're on their way. And I wasn't anticipating the Monthly Knife Club to send me my first Kubi. So that's pretty darn cool. And if I remember correctly, this isn't a model that I had even looked at and obviously purchased. So it's not going to be a double, what I purchased isn't going to be a double of what I got here. So pretty neat knife from Monthly Knife Club and very happy with it so far. Still going to go ahead and stay with the plan and see what they have for next month for my third knife. So there you go. The Kubi Basilisk. We'll put that there again. Oh, if it'll focus. There we go. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you guys had fun watching. If you liked what you saw, please drop a like down below. And if you haven't yet, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you'll be advised as soon as I get the next video uploaded. So if you haven't, again, check out Monthly Knife Club and well, check out Kubi Knives. I don't know if you'll be able to find this one on their website, but it does appear they are still around. So happy hunting and hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.